everyone, how are you? Welcome to another transit video. Again, this transit, some astrologers laugh at me because I have some astrologer friends that why do you even bother to do a tarot reading for transits? But then I definitely want to see how the cards say and what happens and what kind of feedback I get from you guys. So this is a transit for Venus in the sign of Sagittarius. It's going to start from 31st of October, and Venus is going to stay there for some 40 odd days. So somewhere on 10th or 15th of December. So uh, if you have followed my videos, I always tend to bring Venus and Jupiter as two teachers with two different ideologies. I always say that. That's the whole reason why I'm so fascinated about doing this reading. And I somehow keep meeting people with such combinations. I myself have such combination in my own chart that Jupiter and Venus are making, they're coming together in a very different way. And it's like higher spiritual knowledge trying to get to ground level with reality and creativity, because sometimes higher spiritual knowledge can be very alienating, that you get alienated from the rest of the world and you don't even care about them. But then that's the whole aspect of Jupiter. But then Venus on the other hand likes creativity, likes luxury, likes to be realistic in this world. So brings you back to the earth, that you are still here. You cannot escape this reality till you make that final crossing. The soul makes that final crossing. Till then, it's good to be spiritual, good to have higher knowledge, good to aspire to uh, get moksha. But till the time you're here, enjoy and do the right things to support the enjoyment of your body, mind, and others' body and mind, because you are only focusing at the soul level right now. That's what Venus keeps telling Jupiter. And now Venus is entering Jupiter's house, Sagittarius. So, how this interaction will work out? Let's see. Let's ask the tarot card. The very first card is Moon, which is saying that a lot of emotions will get triggered in most of the people who are watching this video, because it's more for. And the next card is Sun. Sorry. I'm laughing seeing these two cards together. It's like man and woman coming together. If you are seeking that kind of relationship, this is a very good omen, and it might be a good thing to look at for next 40 days. Something of, when I say that it is a good omen and will happen, it doesn't make me say that you constantly start thinking about that. You live your life. This will happen somewhere in the background, and you can feel happiness somewhere that it's happening, but then you should never make it the focus of your life, because it's happening on its own because of the transit. And if you start meddling with it and start overpowering that this is how I want, then it would be very disastrous. It will fire back on you. So if those things are happening and you want them, feel happy, but don't try to control it, because it will happen in a specific way for you. So I feel that if you are coming across with someone for love relationships or business relationships or something, opposites are getting together, uh, it will create a lot of confusion for some of you. It would be like, I have been living my life in a certain way in the past, but now, if this is happening, or I've been living my professional life in this way, if this happens now, uh, I'll have to take care of too many things to bring harmony back, because although this connection is great, but it's disturbing my current routine. That is the kind of confusion will come to your mind. But what the cards are telling is that you are still very excited, you are still very happy, and you are still very welcoming of that confusion, that let's go through this whole process and let's see what happens. If you are very familiar with Hindi, which some of you are, होने दो देखते हैं क्या होता है, that's the kind of ideology that you will have. Sorry for bringing Hindi, because I definitely sometimes read through the comments and I feel that there are some Indians who are watching this video and some expressions are very clear in Hindi, and I feel that those expressions should also be integrated in my video, because that gives me a very good release of emotions and expressions, because that's my mother tongue. But then, anyhow, moving to the next card, which is Eight of Pentacles. Sorry, I was reading it as Seven of Pentacles, but it's Eight of Pentacles. What the card is here telling, that when you come across this confusion about how to integrate everything in your life, because your past routine was different, now the routines will change, you are willing to work hard towards changing the routines without creating much trouble for yourself and the other person, and possibly the other person will also work through it. So if your work situation is something where you have someone coming up with who is a close match to you to support you, your work related ambitions, then this person will help you to readjust your whole routine, and this person will also rearrange his or her routine. Similarly, if it's a love relationship, both of you will work towards rearranging the routines, and both of you are suffering from that dilemma whether it will work out or not. But then your expression towards this dilemma is that I want to go through this process to see what happens. So there might be some real confusions which you both will deal with in this 40 days period starting from 31st of October, and these real confusions will bring some logical expressions where you will design some logical boundaries among yourselves. Some, like, this is something that we can do and this is something that we will not do, because right now the situation is such that we cannot dive into this relationship or this project or this investment, whatever it is, in full-fledged way. So we will define some very specific, understandable, logical boundaries, and we will be fair to those boundaries. We will not break those boundaries. We will commit to that boundaries 100%. That it might happen, like in somewhere in the past you would have experienced that you have set similar boundaries with someone else in the past, and that person promised you a whole lot of thing in the past but never kept their promises. But this time this person will keep that promise. Because of the card of Justice, I am very confident that this person would have a very balanced approach, will be very accepting of your boundaries, will be very accepting of your needs, and will pay respect to them, will not break them, will not force you to break your boundaries. And you would, and similarly you would do the same thing to the other person. And then at a very right opportune time in future, which would be beyond these 40 days, what I'm feeling here is that's when you both will decide that okay, now we have enough footing, we have enough grounding, we are stable in whatever we were starting few months back. We now know in which direction we have to go, and you would take that thing forward, and you will be taking it very seriously and very strongly in a very committed way. This is the card of commitments, acceptance. So I feel that that will work out. And still, there is a lingering feeling somewhere that you have this Five of Pentacles, that maybe uh, you would be left alone because you still don't have the confidence, although you are willing to take that risk to go out and tell people that, okay, I have started this project with so and so person, we would be working together, or I'm in this relationship with so and so person, we might start living in together, or we would start seeing dating each other publicly, something like that. Before, everything would be like, okay, we have boundaries, we cannot declare things possibly. You still have that sense of insecurity, but the stars are saying to focus on a different direction. Stars are saying to focus on emotions and not focus upon your logical mind, because your logical and material mind is saying that there would be big heartbreak. uh, Such things never happen. This is too good to be true, because sun and moon coming together is too good to be true. It doesn't happen that easily, and that's what the logical brain would is keep telling you. But the stars are telling that focus on love, emotions, success, anything of that kind which is of positive value. But don't focus on the logical mind, because it will create trouble for you. And then you would see that you and this person, the counter person, in whichever aspect of your life it is, you are making a new journey, overcoming the insecurities of heartbreak, and overcoming you will realize that you only there's no security in life. You can only pray for that security, uh, and you can only move forward in life. You can stagnate yourself. Because you don't know if you are going to live tomorrow, and none of us know that. And then still we seek security, and we plan 10 years in advance, and you'll realize that either you would be frozen and stand like a statue and not move forward, or move forward. So that realization is there. So I think these cards are talking more here on this front. And when you move forward, like, I really hate the Fool card in Rider Waite, because it's always facing backward. Like, but considering the limitation of this card, I'm now asking the cards that what's there for the future when you take that risk and start working towards something big is going to happen very quickly, and that will bring an end to something. What is the end? That is what we have to look at. End of that nervousness, and constantly of thinking that what is the hidden agenda here, what I'm not seeing, what is not visible. Sorry, I'm taking these cards out of the frame because this is getting very interesting, and I want to go through, because a lot of you would relate to it either professionally or on relationship front. So I want to continue reading it where it's leading to, till I get the world card, because world card is usually a closure uh, of the matter. So what I'm seeing is that you would put an end to, okay, what is the hidden agenda here? Why I'm not able to see the okay. And when I said that I would close the reading when I get a world card, and I get the world card, which is saying that you will end the confusion of the mind games that is happening, or trying to overread and try to see the hidden aspects in life in this relationship dynamics, and start trusting each other. That's when the purpose of Venus in Sagittarius would be over, and it will initiate this whole process in next 40 days. But the purpose will it it will leave that energy behind for you to continue working on that purpose, and the purpose is to trust each other and and stop thinking that why this is happening, and will I get some kind of heartbreak in between or something like that. You would get more relaxed, and that's what Venus wants you to do right now. So that's where the whole transit is going right now. So I'm going to end this reading here because that's the cue for me. World card, end of something in a very positive note. So thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye and namaste.